And I want to do a tutorial today. It's going to be a vinyl tutorial, and it's also going to be a tutorial to show you how to set your settings up in your design space. So I have three different types of vinyl, which I don't know if you can tell just from this video, what kind of vinyl it is. But from this one, this is Cricut vinyl, which my personal preference, I would not use it if I don't have to. But last year when I first started Cricut, I spent like $300 on Cricut vinyl, and it didn't do what I wanted it to do. But like I said, again, it's a personal preference. If you're just getting started and you want to practice with a little bit of vinyl, Cricut vinyl will be good. But it's actually, I found out that Cricut vinyl is more expensive than some of the better quality vinyls, actually. And this is a middle vinyl. It doesn't have a name on it, that I purchased from another company. And this, I definitely would prefer to use this than the Cricut vinyl. And then you have your Oracle 651. And Oracle has different numbers at 651. 653 is good for like outdoor decals, or decals that you can put on your glasses or your mugs, and you don't have to worry about them not holding up as well. So I wouldn't use this middle one per se for a glass or a mug like this one. My coffee mug, I'm about to put coffee in. Wash up and put coffee in. Or I would much prefer to use Oracle 651 or 653. All vinyl is not created equal. And I hope by you looking at this video at the three pieces beside each other, you can kind of tell the quality. Well, this was a little beat up, but the quality between the three of them. And once you start doing your crafts, you'll find a preference for which medium that you want to work with. Now, what I found out with this one in the middle with no name. Now, if you use Cricut vinyl, you can easily just click on vinyl, this vinyl setting up here, and it'll cut like it's supposed to, because this Cricut vinyl is made specifically for our Cricuts. But when you start buying different vinyl sheets from different companies, sometimes you may have to come up with your own settings in order for it to set. Now, for this particular one, I found out that it's not going to cut on vinyl. It's just not. I tried iron on. It was not right. I tried iron on +1. The little middle dial they call +1. So if it's not, it's iron on +1, like cardstock +1. So that's how that works. So I tried it on iron on +1, and it cut, but it didn't cut completely through. So I tried it on light cardstock, and it cut all the way through, and it lifted the layers. Some of you guys have actually had a chance to practice with the different vinyl types, then you notice that, sometimes your letters lift up. So now what I had to do was go into my Cricut settings to try to find a middle for that middle. A middle for iron on +1 and cardstock. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. And when you actually want to do a customized setting, you will switch your dial to custom. And then when you click make it, it's going to pull up all of those custom settings, so you can adjust your needle to the depth that you need to adjust it to in order to cut this perfectly. So we're going to go on to the part 2 of this video.
Okay, everyone, so we're at the part 2 of this video. So I show you the dial settings. I have my dial setting on my Cricut to custom, and I have an example design that I would like to cut. So I set my design to custom, and I'm going to go to make it. And of course, it's going to pull it up here. I click continue. So since my Cricut is set to the custom setting, it's going to pull up this, and it's going to show you all the different types of different settings you can go to. So we're going to go to view all. And what I want to show you here is going to show you all of the different types of settings here, but we want to go to this green button down here, material settings. So like I told you before when I was showing you the vinyl will not cut great at iron on plus. And I'm looking at the cut pressure. So it would cut, but it didn't cut all the way through. The cut pressure is 203. And on light cardstock, it will cut it, but it will lift up the letters off the white backing. And that cut pressure is 272. So I want to create a setting in between iron on +1 and light cardstock. So somewhere between 203 and 272 is where I want to be. So I had a chance and an opportunity to practice with this yesterday, doing a test cut of like a little heart, a shape of a heart from our shapes in our DS, or a square or something, just any shape that you would like to practice on a piece of scrap vinyl, so that you can get used to doing your test cut with your different types of vinyls that you have. So what I want to do is I want to add a new material. And that new material, first of all, I'm going to put 1 so I can find it easily. Because you see all of the other letterings is with letters. So if I put 1, then I know or a different number, I know that's a custom setting that I found, and it'll make it much easier to find, which I'm going to show you. So I'm going to put 1, no name vinyl. And if I knew what company I purchased it from, I purchased it so long ago I can't remember who I purchased it from. I purchased a lot of a lot of HTV and vinyl from different vendors. And this particular one I don't remember. So I could put the company name. That way I can remember, oh, if I'm cutting this company's HTV or I'm cutting this company's vinyl, then I know to go here for the settings. Okay, so I put no name vinyl, and I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to save. Once you save, you're going to see this sliding bar here, this green bar. Now, when we looked at it, it said the cutting settings between iron on plus 1 and light cardstock, I think it was 205 and 272. So I want to try to find something in the middle. And when I was playing around with the different settings, I found out that 225 was the perfect cut, the pressure point, or the needle pressure, for me to have a good cut with this particular material. So I'm going to set it on for 225. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to set it to wherever you want to and then do a test cut and see how that test cut comes out. So we're going to set it for 225 and we're going to save. Okay, once we get that, then we come out of here and it's going to bring you back to this menu. Go to view all. So now we're looking for the number 1 for our settings. Let's see if I can scroll down, because I named it number 1. So we're looking at all the letters. There's so many different settings. There we go. My material. So it's saved in this area. So I'm going to click 1, no name vinyl, and then done. Then it's automatically going to send it to your Cricut so you're ready to rock and roll. Now, it's the same exact way. If you cut this piece and you realize that you have to adjust your dial, I'm going to cancel this. If you have to adjust your dial, you go back to make it. You go through the same process. And make sure your Cricut is set to custom. Of course, we're going to view all. And I want to adjust this setting. So we go back to the green link down here, material settings. And I go back and I look for my number 1 with my setting, because I figured, here it is. Just click on that and then you see the edit. Click on edit. So it's going to bring up that green bar again and say, oh, well, 225 wasn't it. You know, I needed a little bit more needle depth. Let's try 229 or 230, you know. So that is how you change your depth and you adjust your needle depth for different mediums. And it doesn't just have to be for vinyl or HTV. You know, sometimes, you know, this is just like a little cheat. You know, this is some things that people don't really get the chance to teach you, but you can actually kind of learn on your own. So I played around with the needle depths, the needle pressure or whatnot in order, because I have a lot of this no name vinyl and it's always messing up on me. So I had to try to figure out a way where I could switch up my needle pressure. So I hope that this video was useful to you guys. You can take it and run with it. If you have any questions, please make any comments below, and happy creating.